These are the most feared creatures in the world of Harry Potter, classified with 5 X's, that is, with a reputation for ending the lives of wizards. They are impossible to tame, or a lot of experience and special knowledge is required. It is the Department for the Regulation and Control of Magical Creatures, the second largest department in the Ministry of Magic, which is in charge of assigning these classifications. Before starting, remember to subscribe, activate notifications, and like the video. That is of great help to me. Number 1. Nundu. The Nundu is possibly the deadliest creature in the wizarding world, and it is not a statement that is made lightly. This enormous feline, reminiscent of a giant leopard, is native to East Africa and is as imposing as it is lethal. Its spotted fur gives it an air of elegance, and it has the ability to exhale a breath so toxic that it can wipe out entire populations in a matter of minutes. Despite its size, the Nundu is agile and extremely stealthy, making it a predator that is almost impossible to detect until it is too late. Capturing or controlling a Nundu requires the joint effort of at least 100 highly skilled wizards, which speaks volumes about its dangerousness. Although its beauty and power are undeniable, it is a creature that no one, absolutely no one, would want to come across. Being classified as 5 X's, they are considered impossible to tame. How Newt Scamander obtained his own Nundu and subdued it to capture it in his suitcase is not known. Number 2. Lethifold. The Lethifold, or living shroud, is a creature as mysterious as it is feared. Imagine a kind of black, thin, and sinuous blanket that crawls along the ground as if it had a life of its own. This creature is known to hunt silently during the night, slithering towards its victims while they sleep and covering them completely. Once it catches you, there is no turning back. The creature suffocates its prey and digests it in a matter of minutes, leaving behind only an empty bed. The scariest thing is that it is practically undetectable until it is too late. Its stealthy behavior and appearance make it look like a simple shadow or even a fallen garment. The Patronus spell is the only magic known to repel it, but few wizards have the ability to conjure it, making this predator a deadly foe. Number 3. Acromantula. The Acromantula is a creature that can make your blood run cold just by looking at it. It is a giant spider, the size of a small elephant, with a body covered in thick black fur and huge, hairy legs that allow it to move with surprising speed. It has multiple glowing eyes and the ability to speak, something unusual among magical creatures. Native to the rainforests of Southeast Asia, these beasts are extremely intelligent, but also dangerously aggressive. Unlike most non-magical spiders, Acromantulas are social animals that live in large colonies of hundreds of their species. These colonies are led by the oldest male and female of said colonies, who are highly respected and greeted with absolute obedience. Their diet includes anything they can catch, from small animals to humans, and they typically live in organized colonies. The most famous of all Acromantulas is Aragog, Hagrid's beloved pet in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Although Aragog had a certain loyalty to Hagrid, he made it clear that not even his children would respect that relationship, as we saw in the showdown in the Forbidden Forest. Ultimately, it's best to stay away from his web, and there would be much more to talk about in detail, but, well, since it is a top, I do not want to make it too long. But if I see that you like the idea, I will try to make a specific video about one of these creatures. Tell me which one in the comments. Number 4. Wampus Cat. The Wampus Cat is a magical creature deeply rooted in North American folklore. This feline is large, muscular, and agile, with a thick, mottled coat. Its yellow eyes have the ability to hypnotize those who look directly into them. It is renowned for its speed and stealth, making it an almost impossible predator to detect. It is said to be able to read minds and cast illusions, abilities that make it greatly feared. A wampus can move so silently that it seems to appear and disappear at will. These creatures are extremely difficult to find as they actively avoid human contact, but those who have been lucky or unlucky enough to spot them describe the experience as hypnotic. The Wampus Cat also has a special place in North American magical culture. It is one of the 4 houses of Ilvermorny, the American school of magic. It represents strength, courage, and cunning, qualities that perfectly reflect its nature. The Cherokee were the ones who knew the beasts the most, as they shared their home region with them. Only Cherokee warriors have been able to obtain Wampus hair to make wands. Number 5. Dragon. There are multiple species, all of which share certain characteristics, such as their large size, skin resistant to almost any magic, and the ability to breathe fire. In short, they are majestic and terrifying. It is not for nothing that they are considered Class 5 in the Registry of Magical Creatures. Among the most well-known species, we have the Hungarian Horntail. This dragon is the most dangerous of all, and with good reason. It has shiny black scales and yellow eyes that seem to penetrate your soul. Its golden horns are not only sharp as blades, it also uses them to charge its enemies. It is extremely aggressive and territorial. Chinese Fireball. This dragon is a bit more elegant, if that word can be used to describe a dragon. It has smooth, reddish scales with a golden pattern reminiscent of flames. It is less aggressive than the Horntail, but its fire is especially powerful and can incinerate virtually anything in seconds. Ukrainian Ironbelly. This is the largest dragon in the wizarding world. Its body is massive, with gray scales and immense wings. Although it is not as fast as other species, its size makes it a devastating threat. Dragons are a wonder of magical nature, but facing one, as the champions of the Triwizard Tournament did, is a feat that requires bravery, luck, and a little madness. Number 6. Horned Serpent. The horned serpent is a magical creature that seems to embody the elegance of the rivers of the southern United States, where it originates. This creature, considered sacred in many Native American magical cultures, has a long, elegant body covered in brightly colored scales, as if it were made of water and light. As its name suggests, it has horns adorning its head. They are small, pointed, and curved backwards. The horned serpent has a deep bond with water and is usually found in calm rivers and lakes, where it moves with a hypnotic grace. Its song, which sounds like a soft hiss mixed with the sound of flowing water, has the ability to attract the unsuspecting towards it. Despite its beautiful appearance, the horned serpent is a territorial creature and can become dangerous if someone invades its space. This creature is also known for its magical connection, as its scales have special properties that make them valuable for the creation of potions and magic wands. Its horns are also coveted, as they possess protective powers when used as talismans. However, hunting this creature is strictly regulated, as its disappearance would have a significant impact on magical ecosystems. It is theorized that their presence in Western Europe was decimated by wizards seeking the creature for magical ingredients. Today, the largest population and diversity of horned snakes is in North America. Number 7. Basilisk. The basilisk is one of the most feared creatures in the wizarding world. Known as the king of snakes, this enormous reptile can reach 20 meters in length and has dark green scales. Its yellow eyes are its most lethal feature. With a single direct gaze, it can kill instantly, and a reflection of its gaze can petrify its victims, leaving their bodies as immobile as stone. The first basilisk on record was bred by Herpo the Mad, a dark wizard from Greece who spoke Parseltongue. After many experiments, Herpo discovered that a chicken egg incubated by a toad produced a gigantic snake endowed with extraordinarily dangerous powers. Although it is an incredibly dangerous creature, it is completely subservient to Parseltongue speakers such as Salazar Slytherin and Tom Riddle. The venom from its fangs is so powerful that it can destroy even Horcruxes. Number 8. Manacor. Imagine a giant lion with a reddish coat, a tail that ends not in a tuft of fur like a normal lion's, but in a series of razor-sharp stingers, capable of delivering lethal venom. Its face is completely unique, having human features. It's as if the beast can understand you, but in a way that doesn't inspire confidence. It is native to Greece and is as rare as the Chimera. The manticore's stinger causes instant death, and it is reputed to softly croon to its victims as it devours them. Manticores are known for their ferocious nature. It is said that no common spell can pierce their skin, making them virtually invulnerable to magical attacks. Additionally, they have a terrible reputation for their habit of devouring humans, leaving absolutely nothing of their victims behind. Number 9. Chimera. The chimera is a hybrid creature, created by the union of the fiercest of 3 different animals: the head of a lion, the body of a goat, and the tail of a snake. This unusual design gives it unique abilities that make it a formidable and almost invincible predator. The lion's head is imposing, with a mane that looks like living fire and a roar that can make the earth tremble. This trait makes it deadly, since its sharp fangs and powerful jaws can tear apart almost anything. The goat's body, although it may seem strange, is a source of strength and endurance. Its compact musculature allows it to move with agility, even on rocky or difficult terrain. Finally, the snake's tail is perhaps its most dangerous feature. Not only is it flexible and fast, but it ends in a snake's head that can bite and poison its enemies. The chimera's venom is so lethal that it has no known antidote. The chimera is an extremely aggressive and territorial creature. If anyone is unlucky enough to cross its path, it will attack without mercy, defending its territory with unmatched ferocity. Its diet includes virtually any living thing, and it is not uncommon for wizards to tell stories of entire villages being wiped out by a raging chimera. There is only one recorded case of a wizard killing a chimera, though the victor died of exhaustion after finishing it off. Number 10. Werewolf. A werewolf, also known as a lycanthrope, is a person who carries the disease of lycanthropy with them. This is one of the most tragic and feared creatures in the wizarding world. It is not a magical creature per se, but a person, wizard, or muggle who has been bitten by another werewolf and has contracted the curse of lycanthropy. This condition forces them to transform into a monstrous wolf during full moon nights, completely losing control over their actions and becoming a threat to anyone around them. The transformation into a werewolf is painful and traumatic. In their human form, werewolves often face a life of discrimination and isolation, as wizarding society fears and distrusts them. There is currently no cure for lycanthropy, but with the help of Wolfsbane potion, a werewolf can keep their mind intact during the transformation, although this does not eliminate the suffering of their condition. It is a very difficult potion to make, with many complicated ingredients, so it is extremely expensive. A notable example is Ramus Lupin, who shows that werewolves are not monsters by nature, just victims of a curse. Werewolves are viewed with terror, disgust, and dislike by magical society, so it is not uncommon for people known to be werewolves to be rejected by society and discriminated against within the magical world. Before seeing the last member of the list, I remind you of the channel's member function, with which you help me in an incredible way so that I can continue making these types of videos. Number 11. Quintuped. Quintuped, also known as the five-legged beast. It is native to the island of Dreer, a remote and uninhabited island on the north coast of Scotland. This creature is short, stocky, and completely covered in reddish-brown fur. Their most well-known feature is their 5 hairy, muscular legs, which they use both to move quickly and to attack with devastating force. Quintupeds are highly aggressive and have an infamous reputation for being carnivorous, especially for their preference for human flesh. Their natural hostility makes them extremely dangerous creatures, and very few wizards have had the courage or the imprudence to approach their territory. In fact, the island of Dreer is completely uninhabited by humans due to their presence. According to legend, quintupeds were not always magical creatures. They were originally humans. Although no one would wish to encounter them, quintupeds are a striking example of how magic, when used carelessly, can engender horrors. Legend has it that on the island of Dreer lived 2 clans of wizards, the MacLiverts and the MacBoons. One night, a duel between their leaders ended with the death of Dugald MacLivert. In revenge, his clan transformed the MacBoons into 5-legged creatures, but they soon discovered that they were even more dangerous in that form. The monsters exterminated the MacLiverts, and with no one to reverse the spell, they were condemned to be quintupeds forever. Leave your comment, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you in next week's video.